Well, here I am with another report from my daily exercise. I'm out here on Juzmarine Beach in front of the Swansea Bay University, which is over there behind me, and there's nobody over here at all. Yes, there's one person over there, and he's going in the same direction as I am, so we'll have to turn right a bit. It's April the 24th, 3 p.m, and there's no letting up with this COVID-19 virus. That's all. You're taking care of yourselves, and it's worrying, very worrying indeed. A lot of people are dying, so we've got to look after ourselves. I don't go into Swansea or Neath. I've been there now for over a month ago, and I ain't going either. Mind you, I do pop into Lidl's in Swansea for my groceries. Get not much of a queue there now if we go around about 5 o'clock. And this is beautiful over here. A little bit of a breeze blowing on the microphone. I hope it's not spoiling the soundtrack. And you can see behind me there now the sea is way out. It'll be in tonight about 7 o'clock. And I reckon that's about a mile. It goes out for a mile. Now you consider that this is where they're going to build that lagoon. It comes back to land just about here. So when the tide goes out, the lagoon will be full of water. But then they let it out for the turbines to rotate. So it rotates when the tide's coming in, and then when the tide goes out, they open up and empty the lagoon. And this is, if I turn around here now, that's where the lagoon will be. So it begs the question, what happens then when the tide goes out? Is it back to this? No tide? Oh, I hope they don't build it. Anyway, that's we're out now about half a mile, and I'm going to turn left now and make my way up to the Neath Estuary. And let's see what's happening up there. And that's the Swansea University Bay campus. All the students have gone home apart from a few. And I don't know what they're doing. But I normally, when I come over here, I see them going up and down the beach. But there's nobody here today. Ah, yes there is. There's one there. It looks like a student. So we're on our way now, all the way down there to the Neath Estuary. And it's not a sound. Not a sound over here. Only me. Beautiful. And it's flat as a pancake. And it's a beautiful walk. Well, I'm using the GoPro Hero 7 camera, the black edition, and on top I've got the Sennheiser MKE 400 microphone. Now it's a cracking bit of kit, that is, and it records the sound really professionally, and this will all be put into my computer. I got an iMac i7 processor computer, 27-inch with a 5K Retina screen, and I'm filming in 4K at 24 frames per second, and it'll be beautiful when it's finished. The quality now these days with video is absolutely amazing, and we're talking about 4K, but 5K and 8K is all round the corner. So where on earth do we do we stop with this? You know, it's amazing. Well, it brings back memories, this beach does for me, because this is where we grew up. We used to swim here, play football, buses and cars, cowboys and Indians. I remember coming back home from school and rushing in. Mum would have the dinner ready, tea ready, gulp it down, get changed, and over here. Now there was about 21 of us, 22 of us here living in the Crescent at that time. So we made up a pretty good gang, you know, enough for a football team, 2 football teams. And we play over here till late. I remember my father coming over and saying, "Come on, Ivor, come on, Paul. Home. It's 9 o'clock, it's getting dark." Fantastic. This is, you know, this fresh air is what the kids should be doing now, you know. But they won't come over here because there's no McDonald's or Burger Kings. But this is beautiful. Well, here I am at the Neath River Estuary, and I don't know if you can see it behind me there. You can see the marker buoy for to guide the ships up the river, and it's we're about a mile away from the sand dunes now, and out there you can see another buoy, marker buoy, and the tide is way out there, and it's really beautiful over here at the moment. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, what is this? Anybody recognize this? Yes, it's a supermarket trolley. Now, you wouldn't expect to find one of them over here, would you? Amazing how that got here. It's been here a while, it's really rusted up. So, that's our goal over there. That's where the River Neath goes up towards Britain Ferry. And that is Port Talbot in the background. And there's absolutely nobody over here at all. There's a lack of seagulls here as well. That's amazing. I mean, years ago there used to be flocks of seagulls here. Hundreds of the buggers. I think they're all down in Castle Square, Swansea, waiting for McDonald's to open. Don't feed them. This is where they should be feeding, here, picking up the lugworm and shellfish. Yes, it's absolutely beautiful over here. Absolutely beautiful. Now here's an example of the sandbank issue over here on Gismarine Beach. You can see here now this level has dropped, and when you compare it to that level there, which is nearly 4 feet higher. So if you're standing on this level and you don't realize the tide is coming in behind you and you can't swim, then you're in big trouble. So always, when the tide is coming in, always keep and you're out here, way out, and you can't, no good crying for help, there's nobody going to hear you. And this will come in behind you and cut you off. And we have had a few incidents of this happening over here. My neighbour David Giles has got the Bravery Award for rescuing 3 girls from this very sandbank. So always keep an eye on your back when you're out here. Right, we're back on safe ground now, and these are the sand dunes, and look at the size of these sand dunes. Amazing, they must be 20 feet high. That gives you some idea of the power of these seas. So if you're stuck out there, you won't stand a chance. Be safe when you're out here. Stay close to these sand dunes and enjoy the beach, and go paddling and swimming when the tide comes in, but don't go out there. It's treacherous. Believe you me, I've been living here now 60 years and I've seen a few people end their lives over here. So look at these sand dunes, aren't they amazing? Built up over the years. There's a couple out there with their dogs enjoying their exercise. Of course, I had a look at the Meteor Earth satellite this morning to see how this weather is building up, and there's a break in the cloud for about 5,000 miles, stretching from the UK over Norway right across Russia. Now you can thank Norway and Russia for this weather, because it's an easterly wind that's blowing, and as long as it's an easterly, then we'll have this weather for the rest of the week and weekend. Out in the Atlantic, which is that way, it's full of cloud, so we don't want that to come over, unless of course we get a southerly. That'll blow that cloud up towards Iceland and give us another few weeks of sunshine. But the weather is definitely changing. I mean, this is unprecedented, this sunshine during April. We should be experiencing April showers. But I've come close to the sand dunes. I want you to hear these skylarks. You can't see them, but they're up there about 100 feet in the air, and they're tweeting away like mad. So I'll be quiet for a minute and let's see if we can hear the skylarks. This is the estuary of the River Neath, and the pole in the middle is where we were earlier on. And if I pan around slowly now, into view comes the dunes on Aberavon Beach. Now there's more people over there than there is over here. If you just go over there, right there you could see two people enjoying something, a drink or something, on the rocks. And we pan a bit more to the left, there's two more people there. And then we end up with a shot of the River Neath with the bridges in the background, the M4 and the 483. And I'll be doing a walk over there soon when this COVID-19 finishes. The history there is absolutely amazing. I used to stand on them on the 483 bridge anyway and watch the destroyers and submarines come up this river to be broken up in Giant's Grave in Britain Ferry. Of course, it was too expensive in them days to record it, not like it is today. Now here's a good example of how the water on Crumlin Burrows drains off. It comes all the way down here and drains into the River Neath. That reminds me of the Grand Canyon in Colorado, the USA. If I had my wellies on now, I'd go down there and make a film and pretend I'm in the Grand Canyon. So I've walked 2 miles now, and I'm going to turn around now and go back home. So that'll make it nearly 4 miles. That's my exercise for the day. One last look at the River Towie. Oh, one more last look at the estuary of the River Neath, and the factories behind. A little bit murky today with a cloud, but this will all burn off now by 5-6 o'clock. Oh, well, I'm not waiting around for that, so let's head back home. This is the 2 mile point, so it'll be 4 miles exercise for me today, and then I shall be sitting in front of my computer and put this together, hopefully make a little story and post it to Facebook. So I'll let's see what happens now. I won't be walking on the beach on the way back. I'll be walking this side of the dunes, see if there's any wildlife around. So let's get going. These are the well-worn paths on the north side now of the dunes. The sea is in the background there, and if you could keep onto these paths, you'll be okay. But I was out here late one night, getting dark, and some of these paths can be treacherous, insofar as much as the foxes dig holes. Yeah, right in the path. And if you don't spot the hole and your foot goes down there, you could break your ankle. And you're out here on your own. Let's hope you've got your mobile phone with you. So you've got to be careful even with these well-worn paths, especially in the evening when it's getting dark. Now here's an example of a fox starting to dig his hole, and he's having to go twice here. That would end up in one big hole. Let's see if we can find one. Now here's an example of a foxhole digging. This is quite a large one. And if you're walking and you fell down there and twisted your ankle, you're in big trouble. Now here's another example of how a fox will dig its hole right by the path. This is a large one. Now I'm not quite sure if it goes in any further than that, but I ain't going to find out. So when you're over here, you've got to watch out for these. Your foot could go down there and you could break your ankle, and you are 1.5 miles away from everybody. So make sure you bring your mobile phone with you to call for help. What a swathe of yellow. The gorse bush here, over here, are in full bloom now, and it's yellow everywhere. And what a sweet aroma that comes off these flowers. Well, this bald patch is not something to do with the beach at all. It's the university who manage this beach are making way for more wildlife to come here. So they're chopping down bushes and trees everywhere over this area, especially over there, and they reckon they'll make room for more wildlife. So let's wait and see. Now here's an exotic flower that somehow came here, and last year these pillars, as you see here, the dead ones, were the flowers, and they were beautiful. And I don't think it's going to flower this year. It doesn't look very healthy to me. And I photographed it with my quadcopter last year. I'll see if I can dig it out and show you the flowers that was on this bush last year. Absolutely beautiful. Now there were 2 of them over here. I can't see the other one. I think that one's died as well, but this one doesn't look very healthy. I just found the other one. It hasn't died, but this one looks a little healthier than the other one. The leaves certainly look healthier, but I don't think it's going to flower this year. Anyway, I'll keep a check on it, see if it does send up a flower. This one on the left looks as if it's going to flower. We'll come back in a month's time. Beautiful flower. Nearly home now, just couple of 100 yards, and we'll be back on the 483. This is a lovely part of the walk, going through this tunnel, and when all the trees have got leaves on, this will be beautiful.